Now, Scott, we have talked about who is and isn't required to sign up for Medicare when they turn 65 A and B. Let's actually talk about the process. If they are required to sign up for Medicare, or if they elect to, I suppose, let's talk about that process. How can they enroll? How do you help them with that process?
Well, yeah, Chris, that's one of the things that we kind of pride ourselves on here. Um, we do some things that a lot of other brokers and agencies out there don't do. There are a lot of great ones out there, but we do some things a little different. So if you are turning 65 and you need to sign up for Medicare, here's some of the steps we're going to help you with and some of the steps you need to take. First, if you are not taking Social Security, then and we talked about this earlier, Dave, we're not going to take Social Security. If you are not taking Social Security, then you need to self-enroll. What that simply means is you have to be proactive in enrolling in Medicare, okay? The first thing you need to do is establish a My Social Security account. And if you do that on ssa.gov, if you haven't created that account, that's the first thing you need to do. If you work with AMA, we'll do all of this for you, by the way. Once you've created the My Social Security account on ssa.gov, then you can actually go out there and there's a blue link that says Start My Medicare Application or Your Medicare Application, and that's where you would go through that process. There are sensitive times that are very important to not miss out on. So if you I think you mentioned September. Okay, so your enrollment period, and we're going to pick on you because you're here to defend yourself, right? Your enrollment period is 3 months prior to September, the month of September, and 3 months after September. So that's your IEP or your initial enrollment period. That's when you can enroll in Medicare if you so desire. What day of the month is it?
28th.
28th, okay. Typically what happens is your initial period will start September 1st. So your coverage date, because it's the 28th, your coverage starts September 1st. Now, if your birthday was actually September 1st, then you are bumped to the previous month. So your coverage date would actually be August 1st. Okay? So, and that's, a lot of people don't even realize that, right? So if you you have that 3 month period before the month of and 3 months after. If you miss that period, then the penalties kick in, right? Now, if you are taking Social Security, it's a little bit different. If you are taking Social Security, you will automatically be enrolled in Medicare. You won't have to do anything. Now, any Social Security benefits, that includes survivor benefits, that includes spousal benefits, Social Security disability. You are automatically eligible for Medicare once you've been disabled for a 24-month period. You will automatically be enrolled in Medicare Parts A and B. Okay? So the way you sign up is if you're not taking Social Security, you have to be proactive and enroll. If you are taking Social Security, then you will automatically be enrolled. Now, let's say, for example, you're taking Social Security and you are still working and you have employer coverage. You will automatically be enrolled, but you don't want it. So what you need to do, there's two things. There's a form, there's a CMS form. CMS stands for the Centers for Medicaid and Medicare Services. You fill that form out, you send your ID card back, and they disenroll you. Typically, what most people do, and the easiest thing to do, is you turn that card over and you sign your name and check a box saying, I would like to disenroll in Medicare Part B. You send that back in the envelope they provide, and you are disenrolled. And then once you retire and lose your credible coverage, then we re-enroll you in the Medicare Part A and B. So there are several ways to do this. We take care of all of this for you. We'll sit down with you and create your My Social Security account. Dave, it's amazing the number of people that I talk to that most of them are usually 70 and older, but a lot of 65 to 75-year-olds, they don't have computers. Their smartphones are the old flip phones, and a lot of them say, oh, geez, we can't do this. So if you don't have a computer or access to one, and you need to sign up and do a self-enroll, the other option is to actually get in touch with the Social Security Administration office. Now, I don't know if you know of anybody that's tried to communicate and work with them. That's a very daunting task. But what will happen is they will actually schedule a phone interview for you. And if they schedule 3 weeks from Thursday at 2 o'clock, you better be ready to answer that phone, because if you don't, you miss out on that opportunity. And then it'll be 3 weeks from the next Thursday. Okay? What they'll do is they'll actually talk to you over the phone. They'll do the online or the over the phone application with you. They'll get you enrolled in Medicare, and then the next steps are just to kind of sit back and be patient and wait until you get your Medicare card. So for any of you that are out there that are confused about Medicare, it can be very confusing and overwhelming. We are here to eliminate that confusion, take as much of that stress off of your shoulders and plate as possible. If you need help creating a My Social Security account, if you need help doing your online application for Medicare, or any of the other items that we've talked about, please reach out. Our number here at AMA Direct is 419-794-3053. That number will get you directly to AMA, and we're here to help.
And if you have any questions about your retirement as a whole, as it pertains to Medicare, the income side of it, taxation, because it all works together. Not having a plan in place can work against you, quite frankly. The team at America's Retirement Headquarters, which includes the Retirement Guys Formula and America's Medicare Associates, they're available online, arhq.com. You can schedule a time as well over the phone, 419-794-3030.